Hey Aries, listen to me right now because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind, and I need you to pay attention to every single word I'm saying because this specific person in your life, they are literally dreaming about you every single night. And I'm not talking about casual dreams. I'm talking about the kind of dreams that wake them up at 3 a.m. with your name on their lips. I just pulled the Seven of Cups, and oh my God, Aries. This is insane because this card is showing me that this person's subconscious mind is completely flooded with fantasies about you. But here's the crazy part that everyone gets wrong about this card. Everyone thinks Seven of Cups means confusion and delusion. But when it comes to dreams and the subconscious mind, this card is showing me that their soul is literally creating an entire universe where you two are together and they're living out every possible scenario with you in their dream state. The energy I'm picking up right now is so intense, I actually had to take a break from filming because my heart was racing. This person is having prophetic dreams about you, Aries, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they're dreaming about, when these dreams started, and what this means for your connection in the next few weeks. Because the timeline I'm seeing is going to shock you. Comments are already going crazy, and we haven't even started the real reading yet. Everyone is feeling this energy, and I can see you Aries viewers are shook because you know exactly who this person is, don't you? You felt that energy shift the moment I said their name was on their lips at 3 a.m. But first, let me tell you something that's going to completely change how you see this situation. Everyone thinks that when someone dreams about you, it's just their subconscious processing the day. But what I'm seeing in the cards is so much deeper than that. This person isn't just dreaming about you randomly. Their soul is trying to communicate with your soul through the dream realm, and the messages they're receiving are about your future together. I pulled the Knight of Swords right after the Seven of Cups, and this is where it gets absolutely wild, because knights represent movement and action, but swords represent the mind and communication. So what I'm seeing is that these dreams are actually downloading information about you directly into their conscious mind, and they're waking up with this overwhelming urge to reach out to you, to tell you something important, to make a move that's going to change everything between you two. The comments section is literally exploding right now with people saying they're getting chills and goosebumps, and that's because this energy is real and it's happening right now as we speak. This person had another dream about you last night, Aries, and in this dream, you were wearing something blue or you were near water, and they woke up feeling like they had just spent hours having the most intimate conversation with you, even though you weren't physically there. Here's what's happening on a deeper level and why these dreams are so significant. When we dream about someone consistently, especially when those dreams are vivid and emotional, it means our energy fields are actually connecting in the astral realm. This person's higher self is meeting with your higher self every single night, and they're working through the soul contract you two have together. But wait, there's more, and this is going to sound absolutely crazy. But I have to tell you, because the cards are showing me something that's never come up in a reading before. I just pulled the Moon card, and when the Moon shows up with Seven of Cups and Knight of Swords, it's telling me that this person is having lucid dreams about you, which means they're actually conscious in their dreams, and they're able to interact with you on purpose. The Moon card is revealing that they figured out how to control their dreams, and they're using this ability to spend time with you in ways they can't in the physical world yet. They're having full conversations with you. They're going on dates with you. They're even arguing with you and making up with you, all in the dream realm, and their subconscious is treating these experiences as if they're completely real. This is why they wake up feeling like they've actually been with you, and why they have this deep emotional connection to you that seems to grow stronger even when you're not physically interacting in real life. Their soul knows you better than their conscious mind does because of these nightly meetings you're having in the astral plane. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this because the energy is so intense right now. Members in my private community saw this exact energy coming last week, and they've been messaging me nonstop about their own experiences with dream connections. It's like this is happening to multiple people at the same time, which tells me we're in a massive spiritual awakening period where soul connections are being activated through the dream realm. Let me tell you what they're actually dreaming about, because the details I'm getting are so specific, it's going to feel like I'm reading their dream journal. In their most recent dream, you two were in a house together. It felt like your house, but it was bigger and brighter than any house you've ever lived in. And you were cooking something together in the kitchen while music played in the background. They remember feeling completely at peace in this dream, like this was the most natural thing in the world, like you two had been together for years and years, and when they woke up, they felt this overwhelming sense of loss because they wanted to stay in that reality forever. This dream felt more real to them than their actual waking life, and that's because on a soul level, it was real. The Wheel of Fortune just showed up, and this card is telling me that these dreams are actually showing this person glimpses of a possible future timeline with you. The universe is giving them previews of what your life together could look like if certain choices are made and certain actions are taken. And their subconscious is holding on to these visions like a roadmap for manifestation. But here's where it gets even more intense. And I need you to really listen to this part because it's going to change everything. This person isn't just dreaming about romantic scenarios with you. They're also having dreams where you two are working together on something important, like you're partners in some kind of mission or project that's bigger than both of you. In these dreams, you're both using skills and talents that they didn't even know you had. And you're supporting each other through challenges in ways that feel so natural and automatic that when they wake up, they feel like they've lost their other half. These aren't just romantic dreams, these are soul partnership dreams where you two are functioning as a unit, as a team, as two halves of the same whole. I just pulled the Three of Pentacles, and this is perfect because this card represents collaboration and teamwork. But when it shows up in a reading about dreams, it's telling me that this person's soul already knows how you two work together, what your combined energy can create, and what you're meant to build together in the physical world. Their dreams are getting them a preview of your creative and productive partnership, not just your romantic connection. And this is why they feel so drawn to you, even if you haven't had deep conversations about your goals and dreams yet. Their subconscious already knows you're meant to create something amazing together. The comments are going absolutely wild right now, with people sharing their own dream experiences, and I can feel this collective energy building, where everyone is realizing that dreams are so much more powerful than we've been taught to believe. Dreams are portals. Dreams are meeting places. Dreams are where our souls go to work out the details of our earthly connections. But let me tell you the most shocking part of what this person is experiencing in their dreams with you. They're having dreams where you're both older, where you've been together for decades, where you have a whole life story together that includes challenges you've overcome, celebrations you've shared, and a deep, intimate knowledge of each other that can only come from years and years of partnership. When they wake up from these dreams, they feel like they're remembering a life they've already lived with you, rather than imagining a life they might have with you. And this is because your souls have been together before in previous lifetimes, and these dreams are actually memories surfacing from your soul connection that spans multiple incarnations. A 10 of Cups just appeared, and I'm getting chills because this card represents the ultimate happy ending, the perfect emotional fulfillment, the dream life made manifest. And when this card shows up in a reading about someone's dreams, it means their subconscious is holding the vision of your highest potential together as a couple. Every night when they dream about you, they're adding more detail to this vision, more emotion to this possibility, more energy to this manifestation, and they're becoming more and more convinced that this isn't just a fantasy, but a glimpse of your actual destiny together. They're starting to feel like these dreams are more real than their waking life. Here's something that's going to blow your mind even more. This person has been having these dreams about you since before you two even met in person or had any significant interaction. Their soul was calling in your energy before their conscious mind even knew you existed, which means this connection was orchestrated by the universe at the highest level. I'm seeing that about 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. B started having dreams about someone they couldn't see clearly, someone whose face was always just out of focus. But the emotional connection was so strong that they would wake up feeling like they had just said goodbye to the love of their life. Then when you appeared in their physical reality, they had this immediate recognition, this feeling of, oh my God, you're the person from my dreams. The King of Cups is showing up now, and this card represents emotional mastery and deep intuitive connection. And it's telling me that this person has developed such a strong emotional bond with you through their dreams that they feel like they know your soul, even if they don't know all your surface level details yet. In their dreams, you shared your deepest fears with them, your biggest dreams, your childhood memories, your hopes for the future. And they've done the same with you. So even though you might not have had these conversations in waking life yet, their heart feels like you two are already intimately connected on the deepest possible level. This is why they might seem nervous or intense around you in person, because they feel like they know you so well from their dreams, but they're not sure how much of that connection you're aware of or feeling on your end. They're trying to navigate the gap between the intimacy they feel from your dream meetings and the appropriate level of closeness for your current physical relationship. I'm getting flooded with messages from people saying they're crying right now because this is exactly what they've been experiencing with someone in their life, and they had no idea this was a real spiritual phenomenon. The validation you're all feeling right now is confirmation that these soul connections through dreams are happening to so many people right now because we're in a time of accelerated spiritual awakening. Let me tell you what's going to happen next because the timeline I'm seeing is very specific and it's going to unfold faster than you expect. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, this person is going to have a dream about you that's so vivid and emotionally intense that they're going to wake up feeling like they have to contact you. They have to see you. They have to tell you something important. The Ace of Wands just jumped out of the deck, and this card represents new beginnings and inspired action. And it's showing me that these dreams are building up to a moment of courage, where this person is going to take a leap of faith based on the guidance they're receiving in their sweep. They're going to reach out to you in a way that might surprise you with its intensity or directness. But here's the thing, Aries. And this is where you need to pay close attention because your response to their approach is going to determine whether this soul connection manifests in the physical world or remains in the dream realm. The universe is preparing both of you for this moment through dreams, signs, and synchronicities, but free will is still a factor in how this plays out. When they contact you or approach you with this new energy, they might mention feeling like they've been thinking about you a lot, or they might say something that reveals they know more about your inner world than seems possible given your level of interaction so far. This is because they've been learning about you in their dreams, and some of that information is going to bleed through into their conscious awareness. The Two of Wands is showing me that this person is literally planning their approach to you based on insights they're getting from their dreams. They're trying to figure out the best way to bridge the gap between the connection they feel internally and the connection that exists between you in the physical world, and they're using their dream experiences as a guide for how to move forward. I need to tell you something that might sound absolutely insane, but the cards are showing it so clearly that I can't ignore it. This person has been having dreams where you two are having conversations about this exact topic, where you're telling them about your own dreams and experiences, where you're confirming that you've been feeling this connection too. So when they do approach you, they might have this expectation that you're going to immediately understand what they're talking about, that you're going to confirm you've been having similar experiences because in their dream reality, you two have already had this conversation multiple times. And you've always been on the same page about the intensity of your spiritual connection. The Hierophant just appeared, and this card represents spiritual teaching and sacred knowledge, and it's telling me that this dream connection between you two is serving a higher purpose, beyond just bringing you together romantically. You two are meant to teach each other something important about love, about soul connections, about the power of dreams and intuition. Through this experience, you're both going to develop a deeper understanding of how spiritual connections work, how souls communicate across different planes of existence, and how the universe orchestrates meetings between people who are meant to do important work together. This connection is going to change both of your beliefs about what's possible in relationships and in spiritual communication. But I have to warn you about something, and this is really important. Because this person has built up such an intense emotional connection to you through their dreams, they might have expectations that are based more on their dream experiences than on your actual physical world relationship. They might expect an instant, deep intimacy that matches what they've been experiencing in the astral realm. You need to be patient with them and also honest about your own experience. If you haven't been having similar dreams or feeling this intense connection, that doesn't mean the connection isn't real. It just means you're processing it differently, or your soul is communicating with you through different channels. The Six of Swords is showing me that both of you are going to need to navigate carefully between the dream realm experiences and physical world reality, finding a way to honor the spiritual connection while building a foundation in the material world that can support the intensity of what your souls are experiencing together. Comments are coming in so fast I can barely keep up, and everyone is asking me to do a follow-up reading about what these dreams mean for specific zodiac signs, because apparently this is happening to people across all the signs, not just Aries, which tells me we're in the middle of a massive collective spiritual awakening where soul connections are being activated through the dream realm on a global scale. Here's what I want you to do, Aries. And this is really important for how this situation unfolds. Start paying attention to your own dreams over the next few weeks. Even if you don't remember dreaming about this person, your soul might be participating in these meetings, and the information might be coming through in other ways, like sudden intuitive hits about them, random thoughts that feel like they're not your own, or unexpected emotional responses when their name comes up. Keep a dream journal by your bed and write down anything you remember as soon as you wake up, even if it seems random or doesn't make sense. Your conscious mind might be filtering out the spiritual information because it seems too intense or too impossible. But if you create space for these experiences to be acknowledged, they're going to become clearer and more frequent. The Nine of Cups just showed up, and this is the wish fulfillment card. The card of dreams coming true, and it's telling me that this entire situation is building toward a manifestation of something both of your souls have been wishing for, something that's going to bring deep emotional satisfaction and a sense of coming home to both of you. But the key to this manifestation is going to be your ability to bridge the gap between the spiritual realm, where your souls are already connected, and the physical realm, where you need to build trust, communication, and practical compatibility. The dreams are just the beginning. They're the universe's way of showing you what's possible. But the real work happens when you're both awake and choosing each other consciously. I want to share something with you that's going to sound completely wild, But I've seen this happen before, and the results were absolutely magical. Some of you might be able to actually meet this person in your dreams intentionally once you become aware that these connections are happening. Before you go to sleep, set the intention to meet with this person in the dream realm and ask your soul to remember the experience when you wake up. The Magician card just appeared, and this is the card of conscious manifestation, of bringing spiritual energy into physical form. And it's telling me that once you understand how powerful these dream connections are, you're going to be able to use this knowledge to strengthen your relationship with this person and accelerate the manifestation of your connection in the physical world. You have more power over this situation than you realize, Aries. This isn't just something that's happening to you. This is something you can actively participate in and influence through your own spiritual practices, your own intention setting, and your own openness to receiving the messages and guidance that are coming through multiple channels right now. A person who's dreaming about you every night is going to feel a shift in the energy between you two as soon as you start consciously participating in this connection. They're going to sense that you're more aware, more open, more receptive to the spiritual dimension of what you two share. And this is going to give them the courage to take action in the physical world. Here's the timeline I'm seeing for how this is going to unfold, and I want you to mark your calendar because the universe is working with very specific cosmic timing right now. Within the next 10 days, you're going to notice an increase in synchronicities related to this person. Things like seeing their name everywhere, having songs that remind you of them play at exactly the right moment, or running into mutual friends who bring them up in conversation. These synchronicities are the universe's way of preparing your conscious mind for the shift that's about to happen in your connection. Pay attention to these signs because they're going to give you clues about how and when this person is going to approach you with this new energy they've been building through their dreams. Between days 10 and 21 from today, this person is going to take action. They're going to reach out to you in a way that feels more intentional, more direct, more emotionally honest than any previous interaction you've had. They might tell you they've been thinking about you a lot, they might suggest spending time together in a new way, or they might just show up in your life more frequently and with more intensity. This star card is showing me that this entire experience is going to heal something in both of you that you didn't even know needed healing. Through this soul-level connection, you're going to remember what it feels like to be truly seen, truly understood, truly appreciated for who you are at the deepest level. And this remembering is going to change how you approach all your relationships moving forward. But I need to tell you about the challenge that's coming up, because it's not going to be all smooth sailing, and you need to be prepared for how to handle the intensity of what's developing between you two. The Five of Pentacles is showing me that this person might go through a period of doubt or fear about how intense their feelings for you have become through these dream connections. They might pull back temporarily, not because they don't care about you, but because they're scared of how real this feels. How much they've invested emotionally in someone they might not know well in the conventional sense. They might worry that they're being delusional or that they're setting themselves up for disappointment by believing so strongly in a connection that exists primarily in the spiritual realm. This is where your response is going to be crucial, Aries. If you can meet their vulnerability with understanding, if you can acknowledge the spiritual dimension of what's happening between you without making them feel crazy or unrealistic, you're going to be able to move through this challenge together and come out stronger on the other side. The Devil card just appeared, and this might seem scary, but in this context, it's actually showing me the incredible magnetic pull between your two souls, the kind of attraction that transcends physical chemistry and enters the realm of spiritual obsession in the most beautiful way. This person isn't just dreaming about you casually, they're consumed by thoughts of you in their sleep. Their dreams about you have become the highlight of their entire day. They go to sleep looking forward to whatever adventure or conversation or intimate moment they're going to share with you in the dream realm, and they wake up disappointed that they have to wait until nighttime to be with you again in that way. This level of spiritual attraction is incredibly rare, and it's a sign that your souls have work to do together that goes beyond typical romantic relationships. You two are meant to support each other's spiritual growth, to challenge each other to become the highest versions of yourselves, and to create something together that neither of you could create alone. The Justice card is telling me that this connection is divinely orchestrated, that there's a cosmic balance being restored through your meeting, that both of your souls called for this experience and the universe is delivering exactly what you both need for your evolution at exactly the right time in both of your lives. Members of my inner circle have been messaging me about seeing 1111 and 333 constantly over the past few weeks, which are the classic signs that soulmate connections are being activated. And I have a feeling that many of you watching this are going to start seeing these numbers too, as your own awareness of this spiritual connection increases. I want to talk about what's going to happen after this person makes their move, because the energy I'm seeing for the next phase of your connection is absolutely beautiful. The Four of Wands is showing me celebration, partnership, a sense of coming home to each other. But it's also showing me that you two are going to need to create new structures and agreements to support the intensity of your spiritual connection. You might need to have conversations about dreams, about intuition, about spiritual practices, about things that you've never discussed with anyone else in a romantic context. This relationship is going to require both of you to be more spiritually authentic and emotionally honest than you've ever been before. But the reward for that vulnerability is going to be a connection that feels absolutely magical. The Queen of Wands just appeared, and this card represents confident feminine energy, creative power, and the ability to manifest desires into reality. If you're a female Aries, this card is representing your role in this connection, your power to influence how this spiritual bond develops in the physical world, your ability to take leadership in bridging the gap between dreams and reality. If you're a male Aries, this card is showing me the energy of the divine feminine that's going to be awakened in your life through this connection. The intuitive and receptive qualities that are going to help you understand and navigate the spiritual dimensions of this relationship. Either way, this card is telling me that fire energy is going to be crucial in manifesting this connection. Aries energy, passion, courage, willingness to take risks, readiness to act on spiritual guidance even when it doesn't make logical sense. Your natural Aries traits are exactly what's needed to bring this soul connection into physical reality. The comment section is absolutely on fire right now, with people sharing their own experiences with dream connections, and I'm seeing so many stories that are almost identical to what I'm picking up for you, Aries, which confirms that we're in the middle of a massive spiritual awakening where souls are finding each other across the dream realm. Here's what I want you to remember about all of this. Dreams are not separate from reality. They're another dimension of reality. The connection this person is building with you in their dreams is preparing the foundation for what you two can create together in the physical world. But only if you both choose to honor the spiritual information you're receiving and act on it with courage and faith. The Eight of Pentacles is showing me that this person has been working on themselves spiritually, developing their intuitive abilities, learning to trust their inner guidance, specifically because of the dreams they've been having about you. You've inspired them to take their spiritual development more seriously, and they're becoming a better person because of the energy you bring into their life even from a distance. When you two do come together physically, you're going to discover that all the inner work they've been doing, all the spiritual growth that's been happening through these dream connections, has prepared them to be exactly the kind of partner your soul has been calling for. The universe has been using your energy to guide their evolution so that when you're ready to be together, they'll be ready to match your energy. I need to tell you about one more thing that's coming up in the cards because it's going to be a sign for you to watch for. This person is going to mention water to you or suggest doing something near water, or you're going to end up in a location with water when they make their move.